Hey peeps, it's JJ with Crafting with Baby Girl, and I know the lighting is horrible and I'm really sorry about that, but I'm on a cruise ship and there's nothing I can do about the lighting until I get to a point where I can buy my own lighting and bring it on the ship, but that's not possible, so it's really yellow and yeah, sorry. But today we are going to be making teal beaded lanyards. Well, a teal beaded lanyard. And I made one last night, but I made a different variation of it, and I made mine into a necklace. And since I don't have everything I need here on the cruise ship, I just tied a knot in the end, and I'll be putting a clasp on when I get home. But my aunt asked me, she liked my necklace, she asked me if I would make hers. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I made it and kind of give you an idea of something that you might be able to do at home. What we have, well, we'll go over the supplies that you'll need. In just a sec. I'm going to turn this camera around. Alright, so welcome back. So I'm going to go over the things. Now again, this came as a kit, but this is definitely something you can do at home. The supplies you would need is, this is a swivel hook. So it's a 360-degree swivel hook. And then a keychain, just our keychain ring. Then here is a plastic lanyard case that you can put something in there. Now these two things I'm going to set off to the side for right now, because I don't need those until the very end. So here they've given us some spacer beads, which are nice. These are seed beads, and I didn't count them, but you can kind of see there's just a few, however many you want. Then they gave us some like turquoise type stones, and all of these are drilled in the center, which is nice. The seed beads have holes in the center. I mean, the spacer beads and the seed beads have holes in the center. And then they gave us some of these, almost a fake jade or some kind of a rock like that. And this is just a sampling of what they gave us. I mean, you can use different things. So again, like I said, we're going to be doing the teal beaded lanyard. Oh, and cable, and like a cord. This is just a thin cord. You could use fishing line, wire, whatever you wanted to make, even a thin chain. This is just some cording. And I would say it's about 4 feet is what they've given us. Really what you need is the length. We're going to be tying some knots, and so you'll need it to be able to fit through the holes, but also long enough that you can tie knots and still have it go around your neck. Like I think I mentioned, I made one for me yesterday, but I didn't want it as a lanyard. I didn't need a lanyard. I'll show you this again just in case I didn't show it. And I made mine into a necklace. So that kind of gives you an idea what we're doing. Put mine back on. This one is for my aunt. She didn't want to do it, so she asked if I'd make it for her. So since we're making it a lanyard, you're going to want to take it and find the midway point of your, whoops, got twisted, of your cord. So put your two ends together, which in some senses is easier said than done. Just kind of run it to the end. And so here we have our end. Now we're going to take the end of our hook, put it through so we have the loop right there, and then bring the rest of the cable through. I know I'm hiding that. Hold on. So you can see it's going through like that. And then we're just going to pull it. So now we have that cable connected to our lanyard hook. So the next thing we need to do is decide how we want to space everything out. You have a choice. You can start things you could start putting beads all the way down at the bottom. You could tie a knot here. Really kind of depends on how you want to organize it. I personally like putting some beads right there, even though the instructions suggest not to. I'm not really following the instructions because, well, I like doing my own thing. So I'm going to take 3 seed beads just to add some color all the way down there at the end. And I'm threading them on right through here. Okay. So now I have 3 seed beads down there, and they're just gonna sit right there. So I'm gonna come up about 1 inch and tie a knot. And that's where we'll start and you're gonna pull that cable all the way through. And that's way more than 1 inch, so I'm gonna scoot this knot down. Make sure you get the knot where you want before you pull it tight, so you can kind of adjust it. Okay, that's a lot better. So you can see that I have a knot right there. Now these can't come up, but that's where the next set of things will go. But I work on both sides. Like, I'll work one side, then I'll do the same thing on the other. I like mine symmetrical. If you want yours not symmetrical, then by all means you don't have to work both sides at the same time. But I do want mine symmetrical-ish. I mean, they're not going to be perfect because the knots won't be in exactly the same spot, and the beads are all different sizes. So everything will be a little not symmetrical, but the idea, the design itself will be the same. So now I've got 3 seed beads on that side, and I kind of want to bring my knot so it's going to be in about the same place. Alright, I'm probably going to have to do this off camera. I only have this little tiny table. Let's see if I can do it on camera. I'm just wrapping it around my finger in the spot that I want it to be. Pull the rest of the cable on that side through. And then we're just going to kind of see where we want it to go. I'm measuring it up. And now you can see that those are about the same. So our next design, we kind of have to decide what we want to go next. I might even plan some of this out. Thinking maybe some of these. And I like them to be about the same. Like, these are 3 small ones, and these are a little bit bigger. So maybe move one of those over there and one of these over here and put another small one there. Or I've got some bigger ones. So where's the hole on this one? Oh, right there. So I don't want that. Let's pull this one over here. And maybe make this one just a little bit smaller. Alright, so now I've got those. And I think I'm going to do it so that it's big. No, I think I'm going to do it small, medium, and large, and put those going up that next direction. So we're going to do the small one. And one thing you can do, and I'm going to go ahead and do this on this, is if you don't want it to move, you can tie a knot with that bead in the center. And I want it to go right where that other knot was. And then I'm gonna, which one did we decide? It was the, yeah, this is the next size. And I'm gonna do the same with this one. Just another design, way of adding some character to the necklace, or in this case lanyard. It's still, and again, see, my knot is too high. I wanted to come right down by this other bead before it ties it tight. Okay, and then we'll do number 3. So this is definitely not, I mean, you can make it quick and just throw everything on there without any knots, without any style, or well, it'll be its own style. And then you don't have, it will take a lot less time to put it together. But because the idea with this this lanyard, I made my necklace, is the idea of tying the knots, that's what it was designed for. I'm kind of, in that sense, following the instructions. Just using that design element within creating this necklace. I keep saying necklace, but it's really supposed to be a lanyard. But it's still supposed to go around your neck. So, here, there you go. And again, oops, I don't like where that ended up, so I haven't pulled it tight yet. I wanted the knot that I already had done and the knot that I'm making, I want them to sit in the same spot. That's pretty close. Okay, so small, medium, and this was just my choice for this design. You could lay out the entire design before you got started. I wasn't in the mood to do that. I'll just do it as I go along with each side. But I do want to, when I think about it, I do want to make sure that, that's an idea. I don't want it that way though. Okay, there we go, I think. I'm just twisting the bead so it's where I want it to be. That was all I was doing. And then the large one. You have to really watch your knots, get them where you want them to be. But I mean, you can move them, just don't tie them tight until you get it where you want it to be. There we go. Oops, it moved again. That'll work. Nope, that's way too high. Let's fix this one around. Alright. Well, I'm not a big fan of that particular way of knotting them. I did mine different. We'll do some more up here. But let's go ahead and we're going to put on 2 seed beads on each side. Oh wait, I need to tie another little knot here because I don't want the seed beads I'm putting on to actually touch the turquoise beads. Close, but not on them. And then I'm going to tie it on this side so it's about the same, which is not going to be symmetrical. And this will help even it out because like one side is not the same, the beads are not in the same place as the other side. So this will help to even it out so that the whole side isn't off, just a section is off. I did mention I like the fact that they're somewhat symmetrical, so I can take each section and make it. So you can see that's what we've got going on right now. Oops. That's where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and do 2 seed beads. And let's use, I'm thinking it'd be better to use some of these bigger gems down, or bigger things down here. I like the nautical shell, it's cute. And we'll have our shell facing up. And then I'm gonna take, I have 2 somewhat flat of these. I'm gonna where the hole goes through the center, I'm going to put that on, and then I'm going to put on 2 more seed beads, and that's what's going in this section. Alright, let it all go down. So you can see that's what that's going to look like, and then we're going to want to tie another knot. Okay, so we go to the other side, get the end, and I can't tell you what kind of string this is. I don't know, it doesn't say. It almost feels like a really thin nylon. I don't think it tells me. Let's see. Nope, it does not tell me what's included in the kit, so, but it's really cool. We get another at craft on Friday, which I'm looking forward to, and we want the shell facing up. Oops. And if you have trouble getting, I mean, you could getting the thread through the hole, you could string it. I just want to make sure that I've got those shells going the same direction. Yeah. All right. So then we're gonna put this other stone. And 2 more seed beads. Okay, that one, I was having trouble finding the hole. My finger was hiding it. There we go. I just put the string through it that way. So for some reason I was having trouble finding the hole. It's late here, but it's not super late. I don't know why I'm tired. Oh, one of the things, I did not eat well at dinner tonight. That was not a good thing. Alright, so I'm going to kind of hold these up so I can figure out where the knot needs to go. So make them so that they're centered. And we want the knot to go right about there. I just kind of, I keep my finger there while I'm tying this knot. Just to get a general idea. And then just kind of measure it. Sorry, I kind of have these beads all over, so it's hard to make sure. I'm trying to make sure it's in the, that needs to come way down. For some reason I allowed that to get much higher than I wanted. I'm just working that knot down. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. It's a little tiny knot. All I was doing is taking this knot and just making, not pulling it tight yet, and making sure I could get it down so it's much more in line with where this one is. It's a little bit lower actually now, but generally I do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just go along and keep threading it and coming up with where I want the different things to be. So I know that those are up there, but they'll drop. We'll probably go ahead and put, I'm just not feeling the round ones right now. I should have put them down lower. I like the flat ones. Let's do those. I think I might just do some seed beads for a sec. Well, I think I might hold off on those. I actually want that for a different project. You know what, let's do this. Let's do, in this section, we're gonna do let's kind of separate these into a pokey and a flat. Alright. And I think we'll put this in the middle. So put the flat on this side. And then we're gonna put seed beads. Let's put 2 seed beads here. See how I'm just kind of working around how I want it to be. And a seed bead on this side. Then here, and I'm kind of looking for seed beads that are similar in size. So seed bead. Oh no, the seed bead will go better. The seed bead will go better there. Sorry about that. And 2 seed beads there. And a seed bead there. And a little semi-chunky one. Maybe this one. Alright, so that's what I think I'm going to thread now. And I didn't really like how things were getting tied, how I tied this part. So I'm not planning on doing it that way again. It's a learning process. It's a learning process. And I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing. My back's starting to hurt doing this. Not sitting at a crafting desk. I'm actually working at a table where I'm sitting on a very low couch. And the table is up around my chin. So I'm lifting my arms up to do this. Which is not comfortable. But I thought this was a cute little craft. This was something that's simple to do, something you could do with just get a few supplies, do it with your kids, do it with a group of other ladies. The only thing is you are threading these little tiny seed beads on, so you want to make sure that people have nimble enough fingers to do that. But I'm also thinking that maybe if you threaded the yarn or your cording onto a needle, that might make it easier to get through the holes. Or find beads that have bigger holes. Use bigger holes. It doesn't have to be these little seed beads. You could use some of the pony beads or something that's a little bit bigger. So now we got that side done. And we're going to tie another knot. And I think we're going to make this up a little bit higher. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and thread this side. Just like we did the other. Yeah. And like I said, there's not really symmetrical 100% because you're dealing with different beads of different sizes and shapes. But there is a sense of uniformity in the fact that, you know, you've got the seed beads and then the other stones and all that in the same sequence, with, you know, trying to keep it somewhat the same size. But the nice thing is when one side is completely a different size than the other side, that's where the knots come in, and then you just basically start a new section fairly equal. Okay, see, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this through. It's starting to get, I'm not sure if it's the bead or if it is the thread. It might be the bead. That would not be good. Alright, so I'm running into a problem with this. Something's wrong with the bead. It's covered right there. So I'm going to pause this and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back. I used some, they're just little snips that I brought with me, and got that plastic that was blocking the hole out of the way, and so now I've got that bead on. So now we are continuing with our, which I really messed things up. We're going to continue. I need my two, oh there it is, there's my line. I need my 2 seed beads. Starting to concentrate and getting all quiet. Sorry about that. But the light in this room is awful. It's awful for filming, but it's even more awful for crafting. But I wanted to craft. There's not a lot to do on the ship right now. Apparently when we're had a port day, and then we have night activities. Tonight's the night that they decide to do all the adult activities, and I'm not into that kind of entertainment. Just a little bit more risque, a little bit more drinking, and I don't drink, so I'd much rather sit here and do a craft with you guys. Yay. Alright, let's even this out before I pull it tight. Alright, so that's what we've got right now. And I'm going to take a break. Figure out kind of what I want to do with the rest of this. Because this is going to be a lanyard, so it's actually going to be really long. But I wanted to do some heavy detail here down at the bottom. And then the rest of this is just going to be light detail. So this will all just be like, you know, a seed bead here, a little rock here, that kind of stuff. Oh, maybe when I start to do that. Okay, I think I might go ahead and start doing that with those. That's a great thing for those. I'm excited now. Here I am still recording. I just got some inspiration. I think we'll put a seed bead on either side of those. Doing kind of some tall seed beads. And that'll be our next section. And then I'm going to see how many of these we have. One, whoops. Kind of split these in half. Alright, we have exactly enough for that. And we do not have, oh, because I did, that's still 6. So we have an extra odd one of these. Let's take the bigger one out. We'll put 2. So those are our smaller ones that will go up here. Alright, I'm not sure what's happened. Okay, so what happened is my battery on my phone just gave me the notice that it is low, and so I need to charge it. I'm going to go and charge it, and we'll come back and finish up this lanyard. Alright, so we're back, and I went ahead and finished it while I was waiting, and you can see how I did that right there. I just added these beads. These are actually all in one section, and then these are each in their own section. Then we go into there, and you can see with this side that it just mirrors it. And then what I went ahead and did, I just added the lanyard onto the hook and the keychain onto the hook. Now again, I don't have the equipment to make these any different, so this will be tied into a knot once I find out just how long my aunt needs it, and she can wear it as a lanyard. We'll probably do this in a couple square knots just to make it really secure, because this will be a permanent knot here, as opposed to mine that's not real permanent. So that gives you a couple ideas of what you can do. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye, peeps.